Hello, my name is Sandy George. Today is April 29, 2014. It is 10:56 p.m. Today I will be presenting a persuasive video in an attempt to persuade you, the audience, and the one and only Mr. Jonathan Dean of the topic that I have chosen. If everybody's ready, I guess we're going to get started. Alright. Before we get started over here, the TV loads up. I'd first like to apologize for the messy room. It's just finals week. It's been a lot on my mind. Just had no time to clean. I guess my mind's been a little lazy. The topic that we have chosen today is probably one question that is on the minds of, probably a question that's probably been sweeping the nation, and is definitely on the minds of several high school, college, and even grammar school teenagers. That question is hookah safer than cigarettes? Alright, let's answer that. First over here, let's actually start off by talking about what is hookah. Hookah, as you can see over here in the image, is two guys laying back, smoking hookah and relaxing. Hookah actually originated in parts of India and Prussia, then leading on to most of Eastern Asia, moving forward to the Middle East, parts of Northern Africa, spreading throughout the world through Europe, and leading to America. Hookah has actually been around in America for 14 years, if not maybe a little more. I know the hookah bars have been around in America for about 14 years, since the year 2000. And let's get started so we can answer your question. First off, let's start off with what is hookah. We talked about where it originated. Now let's talk about what it is. Hookah is a water pipe with a smoke chamber, a bowl, a pipe, and a hose. It uses specially made tobacco, which is then heated. Smoke passes through the water and into the drain, through a rubber hose and into the mouthpiece. Explaining it in lesser terms, pretty much there's charcoal on the top, tobacco right here. If you can see the image, when inhaling, the charcoal heats up the tobacco, goes into the water is heated, goes into the hose, into the mouthpiece, inhaled, exhaled, just like you'd smoke anything else really. And that's pretty much the idea of hookah and how it looks. Most hookahs are about 3 feet. Those are the standard original ones. Now they have mini ones like this big that you smoke in the car, and there's actually now hookah pens that are like the size of cigarettes that you can just take anywhere. Pretty convenient, I guess. And on the next slide, we will be answering the question of, is hookah safer than cigarettes? No! Sadly, hookah is not safer than cigarettes. And as you can see over here, Patrick's a little surprised, just like probably most of you are. I'm going to tell you why that is. I know everybody's going to be like, oh no, what are you saying? That's bullshit. It's water vapor. It's like me drinking water. It's just water vapor, no nicotine, no tobacco. What are you saying? Cigarettes are bad. There's toxics in cigarettes. There's all that black yucky stuff. Hookah doesn't have that. It's just water vapor. It's just water, man. I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm going to prove it to you, actually. The tobacco is no less toxic in a hookah pipe, and the water in the hookah does not filter out the toxic ingredients in the tobacco smoke. Meaning that, just like the filters in the cigarettes do not filter out the toxic waste that you are inhaling when smoking a cigarette, the same exact thing goes for hookah. When smoking a hookah, the water does not filter out the toxic waste that is included in the tobacco. Therefore, just as much toxic, sorry for the language, shit that you're inhaling in cigarettes, you're inhaling the same shit in hookah. No different. Or actually, hookah's even worse, because smoking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cigarettes, you're going to realize it. Be like, alright, I had enough cigarettes for today. Push it aside. However, hookah smokers may actually inhale more tobacco smoke than cigarette smokers due to the large volume of smoke they inhale in one smoking session. Meaning that you're going to smoke hookah, you're with the guys, you're going to be there for half an hour, maybe a little more. In that time, you're inhaling much, 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 much more tobacco than a cigarette smoker will. Because you're sitting there, you're not realizing how much tobacco you're inhaling. Because you're going to just be there, just inhaling, not realizing it. When in reality, you're going to be there for about an hour. You'll be like, oh, what's so bad about an hour? It's just hookah. When an hour of hookah is actually equivalent to almost 2 packs of cigarettes. 2 packs of cigarettes. That's 40 cigarettes. Just imagine smoking 40 cigarettes in 1 hour. Imagine the harm it's going to do on your body. Alright, let's move forward, guys. What's so bad, you're going to ask? Alright. Hookah contains a large volume of toxic compounds including tar, carbon monoxide, heavy metals, and cancer-causing chemicals, such as carcinogens. In fact, hookah smokers are actually exposed to more carbon monoxide in smoke than cigarette smokers are. Imagine that. All the stuff that you hear people are dying from, all the diseases that you hear people have because of smoking cigarettes. Imagine that doubling, if not maybe tripling, through the use of hookah. Because it's really, in reality, the same amount of toxic compounds, the same amount of tobacco is being inhaled. Nothing different. It's not good tobacco, bad tobacco. It's not good toxic waste, bad toxic waste, good tar, bad tar. It's the same shit you're inhaling. The same side effects, the same downfalls. Let's keep it going. As with cigarette smoking, hookah smoking is actually linked to lung and oral cancer, heart diseases, and other serious illnesses. Like we talked about in the last slide, everything you can get from cigarettes, you're going to get from hookah. Maybe even quicker because you're inhaling a larger volume at one smaller amount of time. Smoking hookah actually delivers the same amount of nicotine as cigarette smoking, which meaning it could lead to a person's dependence upon tobacco. Therefore, just like cigarettes are addictive through the use because of the nicotine including in it, same thing is in hookah. Same amount of nicotine, same amount of addictive substance, same amount of high dependence towards tobacco. Let's keep it moving, guys. Like cigarette, hookah poses large dangers associated with secondhand smoke. Therefore, just like you shouldn't smoke cigarettes around the kids, you shouldn't smoke hookah around the kids. Just like it's dangerous to smoke around the kids because of secondhand smoke, it's dangerous to smoke hookah around the kids. That also includes, of course, the hookah pens. Don't think just like, oh, these are hookah pens, electrical cigarettes. They're not as dangerous. They're just as dangerous, if not maybe even more. And if a pregnant woman were to smoke hookah, it could possibly result in low birth weight babies. Pretty self-explanatory. If you're pregnant, don't smoke. Hookah, cigarettes, nothing. It's all the same thing. And let's actually try to conclude this with hookah bars. Leaving the topic as we have already tried to persuade that hookah is actually not safer than cigarettes, if not even more dangerous to smokers. Let's talk a little bit about hookah bars and why they're not even safe, and why I'm not trying to encourage you to smoke cigarettes, but if you were to smoke a substance, I'd rather you smoke cigarettes at home, in the park, or in an open field than smoke hookah in a hookah bar. And this is because... Actually, let's first talk about a little bit about hookah bars. Since the year 2000, hookah bars have been fairly popular in the United States. Since 2000, an estimated of 200 to 300 hookah bars have opened in the United States, and this was in 2007. 7 years ago. Just imagine the number it is today, especially in large cities such as New York, New Jersey, and cities in California and other large cities. Hookah pipes in hookah bars and cafes are not always cleaned properly, risking the spread of infectious diseases. The pipe that you smoke with, that you put your mouth in, they're not even cleaned that well. Thus meaning a guy smokes through them, he might have the disease, spreads it to you, spreads it to the next person that's smoking. So not only are you getting diseases and illnesses from smoking hookah, you're also getting them from the pipe. Imagine that. Therefore, let's conclude the topic that hookah is not safer than cigarettes. I repeat, Hookah is not safer than cigarettes. Moving forward, here we have the works cited page of where we receive our information from. And a little fun fact. Alright, I'm saying these off the top of my head, but one fact that I know concerning that I am Egyptian, that hookah has several names, such as, sorry about that, such as shisha, hubba bubba, hubby bubby, and water pipe. I guess water pipe is the most sophisticated one that is used when talking about hookah. And that's about it. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're persuaded. Have a great day.